And good early evening, folks. Today is July 1st, 2026. This is Wager Detective reporting to you live from New Jersey. Before we get into this cap between the Cardinals and Braves, be sure to follow Wager Detective on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Set alerts on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, leave comments on all those platforms. I appreciate all my fans, love all my fans, present and future. Let's get into this cap. Cardinals, Braves, the Wager Detective report. Let's go. All right, the Cardinals tonight, they're plus 116. The Braves are coming back minus 134. The over-under is 9, shaded to the over at minus 115. The under is coming back at 105. If we look at the Cardinals, in their last 7 road night games at the Braves, they are 5-2. Plus 17. Run differential 6 over, 1 under in those games. Average score 8 to 5.57 for the Braves. The Cardinals have scored 5 or more runs in their last 7 road night games at the Braves. So Cardinals 5-2 last 7 at the Braves in night games. Plus 17, 6 over, 1 under, 8 runs a game for the Cardinals. Average to 5.57 for the Braves. Now, if we get into the Cardinals this year in road night games, they are 14-8 in road night games, plus 18 on the run differential. They're scoring 5.64 runs a game to 4.82 for their opponents. And they've scored 5+ 16 times in their 22 road night games. Their opponents have scored 5+ 11 times in that span. So in those 22 road night games for the Cardinals, 13 over, 8 under, and 1 push to that 9 that's set tonight by the books. In the last 9 games for the Cardinals, they are 4-5, minus 8 run differential. In their last 9 games, the Cardinals have only scored 5+ 2 times. One of those games was yesterday against Atlanta. In their last 9, the Cardinals are scoring 3.33 runs a game to 4.22 for their opponents. So last 9 not playing that good, but overall on their road night games playing good. They're 21-17 on the road. They're 4-6 in their last 10. And they are 15-11 in one-run games. And you expect that from a Cardinals franchise where their motto is just kind of like small ball. You know, you win, you find ways to win the close game. So looking pretty good right now with what they're doing. Last 9, like I said, they're kind of like, but again, it's the ebbs and flows of a season. But they've only scored 5 runs 2 times in their last 9 outings, and one of them was yesterday. So the bat's starting to heat up for the Cardinals. Now, in the middle game of a road series for the Cardinals, they are 6-3 this year. Excuse me, they're 5-4. The Cardinals are 5-4 in the middle game of a road series this year. 6 over, 3 under, and they're minus 1 run differential there. So in the middle game of a road series, they are 5-4. The Cardinals are minus 1 run differential, 6 over and 3 under in those games. And on the mound is going to be Michael McGreevy. And his last 5 outings, McGreevy has a 3.41 ERA, 1.24 whip, and he's giving up 1.24 home runs per 9. On the year, the Cardinals are 7-9 when he starts, 3 over, 11 under, 2 push. In those 16 games that McGreevy has started this year, the Cardinals are minus 10 run differential. And McGreevy is giving up 1.21 home runs per 9 in his 16 starts this year. Now on the road, not much success there either. The Cardinals are 3-5 when McGreevy starts on the road this year, but they're only minus 2 in the run differential department, even though they're 3-5 when McGreevy starts on the road. 1 over, 5 under, 2 push in those games. In the road games this year for McGreevy, he's pitched 43 1/3, giving up 44 hits, 6 home runs, 21 earned runs. That comes out to a 4.36 ERA, 1.27 whip, and he's giving up 1.25 home runs per 9. So if you look at that and you break it down, you look at all the good and the bad, it looks pretty decent, right? I think the thing that stands out is the Cardinals. They like going to the Braves and playing there at night. Again, 5-2 in their last 7 road night games at Atlanta. They're plus 17 there. They just won yesterday. And in all those games they've scored in their last 7, they scored 5+ all 7 times in their last 7 road night games at Atlanta. So You look at what they're doing on road night games this year, 14-8. They're scoring 5.64 runs per game. Last 9, they're scoring 3.33. So if you look at what they're doing and how they're doing it, they're still finding ways to score runs. And I think they'll be able to do that tonight. McGreevy is kind of a question mark, but in his last 5 outings, again, 3.41 ERA, 1.24 whip. You know, they're 7-9 on the year when he starts. He's given up 1.21 home runs per 9. On the road, they're 3-5 when McGreevy starts, -2 run differential, even though they're 2 games below 500 when he starts on the road. But the ERA is pretty decent, not bad. 4.36, 1.27 whip, 1.25 home runs per 9. Now, we're going to get into the Braves, and the Braves not playing really that good in their last 10, where they're 3-7. They're 24-15 at home this year. And in home night games this year, the Braves are 18-9, +29 run differential. They're scoring 4.66 runs a game to 3.59 for their opponents. In their 27 home night games this year, the Braves have scored 5+ 14 times. Their opponents have scored 5+ 9 times. And in the Braves' last 9, they are 2-7 in their last 9, -15. So we said the Cardinals 4-5 in their last 9, -8. The Braves 2-7 in their last 9, -15. They're scoring 2.66 in their last 9, whereas the Cardinals are scoring 3.33. And in their last 9, the Braves are giving up 4.33 runs a game. In the Cardinals' last 9, they're giving up 4.22. I just have a funny feeling this game could be an over here. Let's go further with this cap. Now, in the middle game, home game of the series for the Braves this year, they are 7-5, but only +2 run differential. They're scoring 3.83 runs a game to 3.66 for their opponents in those 12 middle games of a home series for the Braves this year. So, interesting things to think about. Now, out there is going to be Reynaldo Lopez. Now, Reynaldo Lopez has only started 6 games this year. The Braves are 5-1 in his starts. He's been primarily relief this year. He had his last start in a long while, like since the beginning of since April. He had his last outing as a starter. Last outing, I believe he beat the Giants. But his 6-game starts this year, Lopez has a 3.66 ERA, a 1.42 whip, and he is giving up 1.46 home runs per 9 in his 6 starts this year. But in his 6 starts this year, where the Braves are 5-1, they are +20 in the run differential department. In his last 5 outings in relief, Reynaldo Lopez has 11.1 innings pitched, 3.98 ERA, and a 1.50 whip. And this year, when he does start on 4 days rest, the Braves are 2-0. If I'm looking at this game, guys, and I'm trying to break it down, I mean, I look at both these teams. I like Javon Herrera. I like Walker. Those guys can get the ball out in a hurry. But if you look at the Braves, I mean, they got, you know, the who's who over there. You still got Olsen. You still got Albies. You don't have Alcuna. You got Baldwin at the top of the list. He's back. A lot of these guys are coming, you know, making their way back. I just look at both these lineups, and I just feel as though we got 28% precipitation here. Winds are blowing small, right to left. The Braves are -142. I don't necessarily agree with that. If we want to look at what that implied probability is, let's see here. -142. Okay, well, let's take a look. -142 divided by 100 plus 142. They're saying the Braves got a 59% chance. You take the 4% hold off that's for the book, so they're still saying they got a 55% chance. So 142 is probably coming back for the other side. It's got to be plus 120, right? 122. Let me see here. MLB. Let's see what they say. So they're coming back at 116. So 55%. Okay, so, and then 1,500 divided by 100 plus 116, 116. They're saying that the Cardinals got a 46% chance to win this game, 46.3 to 55. You know, there's your 100%, and then anything over is the hold that the book makes, which is about 4% on any game. I don't necessarily know if I necessarily agree with that. You're going to get Lopez that's coming back. He is 5-1. Game starts this year. I mean, if I had to lean the side, the Braves did lose yesterday, so, you know, they're decent in middle home games. Cardinals are good, decent. And the thing that stands out to me is how they're playing over their last 9. Cardinals are scoring a little bit more. They're both giving up about the same amount of runs, almost identically over their last 9. And then if you look on the road night and the home night, Cardinals are definitely scoring more, but they're just not scoring the way that they have been over their last 9 games. So if I was to look at this one, I could only lean Cardinals and the plus money. And I do believe that this game is going to get over. It's going to at least get to that 9. If you're going to play the over-under on this game, definitely take the over, because even if you just get to 9 and it's a 5-4 game, you're going to win. You're going to win. You're going to at least push. So I'm going to, Wager Detective is going to call the over 9 and the St. Louis Cardinals to edge out this game somehow, some way, late, maybe in the later innings. You don't really know what you're going to get out of Ronaldo Lopez, because, like I said, he's been in major relief all season. But when he did start in the beginning of the year, I don't know why he went to the bullpen or why he's been coming out of the bullpen since April. He is just, in his relief over his last, 5-6 games, 11.1 innings pitched, but he's got a 3.98 ERA and a 1.50 whip. Once a lineup like the Cardinals sees this guy once or twice, all he's got to do is fall behind early, and this Cardinal team is pretty good. I think they're playing a little bit better. They have a little bit better history at Atlanta in night games, going back to their last 7. They beat them last night. Public will probably try to get that Atlanta Braves money, minus 142 for a good team playing, but it's ebbs and flows, and I just feel like the Cardinals scoring 5 yesterday, you're going to see that roll into tonight. So Wager Detective stronger lead here is the Cardinals. There should be home runs in this game from both these guys, and you got to think whoever's going to be the one that gives up more is probably going to be the one that loses this game. But Wager Detective is going to side with the Cardinals and go over 9 in this game. This is Wager Detective. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Set alerts on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, leave comments on all those platforms. And more than anything, know that Wager Detective loves all his fans, present and future. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Go St. Louis.